So, hi everybody. I'm here with Dr. Mahnaz Azim, which is I was really excited. I was anxious to interview her because I know her, um, and it's been like almost a year that I met you, right?
Yes,
And we never seen each other like physically, like in person,
one on one, yeah.
just online. But I really appreciate her work and I appreciate her person. She's such a really good, kind person to be
Thank
with,
you.
to work with. And it's been such a pleasure being, with her and working with her.
Thank you.
So I really want to interview her, but one thing I can tell, like I can tell all good things about this person, about Dr. Mahnaz, was one thing I can tell about this person. She works a lot. She's really busy. She works a
No
lot.
kidding.
No kidding. No kidding. It's impressed how like she has a lot of vitality, and I'm sure she's gonna share a couple of tips about that too. How to be a busy woman and have all this vitality is just amazing. And that's one of the reasons that I was trying to interview her, but we have to figure out our times because I'm so busy too. She's super busy, and we have different time zones. So finally, we're here, and I'm going to interview her. So, Dr. Mahnaz Azim, I want you to explain your story, who you are, and of course, we're going to talk about her book that I have here, Ideal Weight, Attaining Your Ideal While Achieving Lasting Success, even post menopause. So, we're going to talk a lot about this book. She just launched this book. It was like about 2 months, 3 months.
Couple of months ago.
And we're gonna talk about this amazing book, but I want you to start talking about yourself, your journey, everything. Tell me about you.
Thank you so much for coming to my life.
You're welcome.
As far as my journey and my story goes, I've been a chiropractor for since 1996, so over 24 years, and the reason, it's somehow, I think, God or whoever you believe in, or some helping hand leads you through your journey. So I never thought I'm going to become a chiropractor. I never thought I'm going to be somebody in nutrition, and all of that started happening one right after the other. The reason my journey has gotten me here is as a chiropractor and years of practice, I noticed my patients that were overweight, they had so much pain and ache, and no matter what we did, for a large part, they would get better and then they get worse, and they feel better today, they didn't feel good tomorrow. And as a physician, as a chiropractor, it bothers you. A physician is there to help you heal, and the faster the better. Medical doctors have the technology of medicine. We work with our hands and knowing the skeletal muscles and where the origins and insertions are. So we try to use the knowledge to get the muscles in the route they should be, and hopefully take care of the inflammations, all of that. So, patient paying me and not feeling good, that didn't sit well with me, even though we're all out there to make money. So I had a fight, within me all the time, going, why did I become a chiropractor? Why aren't they getting better? Why percentage of overweight people, obese people, that bounce back on me? And honestly, I've had sleepless nights because of that. Because
Oh,
you go to school for so many years to, help people, And then when, you know, a patient comes in crying and they have pain and ache and this and that, and there's a number of reasons that causes that. I don't want to attribute all of this to overweight, but believe me, overweight, obese, morbid obesity has a lot to do with this. Our spine, Rita, is being made to hold so much weight on. And if we double it and triple it, it's not going to handle it well. And we forget, although we are super beings, we forget that we are a bunch of muscles and tendons and ligaments. So if you put pressure on them for a long time, they're going to give, they're going to give. And if the body's structure is not supposed to be the way it is, and it doesn't go the direction it's supposed to go, guess what? Things are going to start going bad. It's like you know, you have that main wall in the house, and if it goes south, the whole house might come down. So we have to look at our body in that direction as well. So that curiosity, actually looking into talking to the patients, I started asking them, so what do you eat? What do you do? You know, you're curious because, you know, you want to dig in to see how you can help them. And that curiosity actually made me interested in talking to them about losing weight. And a lot of overweight people, including me, including you, they don't like to be told you're overweight. Actually, last week I had a patient that I was dictating. I have a scribe now, and I was telling her as I'm talking to the patient, you know, it's very natural to me. I was saying to the scribe, and she's typing whatever I say. I said, okay, well, you know, low back pain, patient is morbid obese, and the patient starts laughing and goes, oh, you're so funny. You called me morbid obese. But to me, it's, you know, low back pain and obesity, they're related somewhat, right? So unfortunately, the overweight and obesity and, you know, all this extra fat can cause the pull of the disc in different direction, and ultimately it can cause nerve pressure. The pain that everybody feels, low back pain, sciatica, this and that, is because that disc has moved in different direction that shouldn't have been. So with that knowledge on skeletal muscle and nervous system, I talked to the patients and I had them watch what they were eating and journal what they were eating. They would bring it in, and we would go over it. And I started helping them, not knowing much about nutrition, but I started helping them. And they, as low as 5 to 10 pounds, they lost. And some of them, the pain totally went away, which was to my surprise. And some of them, the pain lessened. And that was amazing. So, you know, knowing me that I'm, you said, you know, she's hardworking. I go, no, I'm not, I can't stop at this. I know I'm a chiropractor. I know I went to school for 8 years, but this has to continue. So I started getting into nutrition, and within the last several years, I've gained some certificates. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach from IIN, and you are one of them too. And that's why we have things in common, actually. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a certified fitness nutrition specialist. I'm a certified bioidentical hormone therapist, and a few other certificates. I'm actually, one thing that is very important is I'm one of the few certified spinal biomechanic specialists. And that gave me that vast knowledge of knowing about spine a little bit more than, you know, some other chiropractors might know. There's a lot of chiropractors that know more than I do, but that one certificate really gave me a bigger window into spine. So with all of that in mind and helping patients, and I'm one of the lucky chiropractors that I've been able to work with rheumatologists one-on-one. I mean, I've been with them in the room talking to the patients. I've worked with internists and orthopedic surgeons, actually not so much one-on-one with orthopedic surgeons, but I've been in medical community a lot. And with the internists and rheumatologists, we were able to change fatty liver, reverse diabetes type 2, decrease the bad cholesterol, you know, a lot of bring their weight down, help them, you know, watch what they were eating, come up with a program of weight loss and all that stuff. So I did that for a while. Now the problem was, and I went through a lot of programs with them. I did it myself. I had them do it. The other problem that arose was, well, they lost the weight. Now, if they went off of what I told them, they gained the weight back. And that wasn't pretty at all, you know. Again, that was like me going, what's happening, you know? Now what? So basically, I started huge researches, you know. I'm going to open a parenthesis here. I have a really cute backyard here in my house. And it has all these palm trees and all that. It's small, but it's really pretty. And honestly, any time that I found that I have time after, you know, the working hours that I usually work, I went to Barnes and Noble and I grabbed books and I looked at them and I go, you know, there's got to be another way of approaching this. Now, meanwhile, I was going through yo-yo diet as well as my patients. So this wasn't happening to them. It was my health. And believe me, I don't have this in the book, probably not, but I was a junk eater. And my mom was always worried about me. She was saying, you know, can you? And my mom kind of had to watch her language with me because I'm very like big-headed, sturdy. I have calmed down since. I'm much better now. Now that I'm a mom, I know how it goes. So she would, you know, throw it in there. Maybe you should eat this. Maybe you should eat that. So my mom was a health nut, actually. She didn't have a college degree, but she was into herbs and all that stuff. I have
just one thing that I forgot to mention here.
Yeah.
Probably, you know, anybody that is watching this video probably notice you have an accent. I have a stronger accent, but if you guys don't know, I'm from Brazil, from Rio.
Right.
But tell me, I don't want you to lose your story, but yeah, your thoughts. But tell me, where are you from? Where your family from?
Well, don't I look American? No, just kidding. I am from I'm from Iran. I'm from western part of Iran, and I came to US in 1978. And ever since I've gone, all of my education's here, actually, pretty much. So, and I speak Persian or Farsi, either or. So yeah, so my mom would nag at me, you know, when she would come to visit. She would say, maybe you should watch what you're eating, you know, do this, don't do that. And again, this journey of helping people took me along with it, actually. So I helped myself and I helped the, you know, patients. So about the backyard. So 3 years of my time, within the last 3 to 4 years, I didn't get a chance even on Saturday and Sunday to go to my backyard, because every chance I got, I ran to Barnes and Noble before this whole COVID thingy that now you can't go sit down. I used to do that. So when the book was out, I took the bath to the backyard and I went like, oh my God, thank you. And I promised myself to enjoy my backyard more often. But I was very serious. I was very serious on not only helping people lose weight, not only helping them reverse all those type 2 diabetes, lower their blood sugar, bad cholesterol, blood pressure decreases when you lose weight. You know, fatty liver, all that stuff that comes with metabolic syndrome. I wanted him to maintain the weight loss. So one of the main reasons that I put all of this together is all those questions that people ask me for the last 24 years. And a lot of them, some of them are basic, some of them are serious, and they just don't know. People are not aware of the basics. And if you don't understand, you are not going to do it, no matter how many thousands of dollars you're going to spend on your health. If you don't understand, again, in the internist office, it's a revolving door. People would go in and come back in and go out and come back in. They have one medication and then they have to have two medications because this happens and that happens. And medical doctors are amazing. Yeah, they have to take care of the sick care. But what about us? We're out here, we're saying we're preventative. So let us do the prevention, right?
Yeah.
But people have to understand that that option actually, they think they know, but they really don't know. They have to help us coaches, coach them through, somebody like you, somebody like me, and tons of us out there, to help them understand what it is that they're eating, that they should pay attention of decreasing that and approaching better food. Because Rita, like it or not, if you keep feeding yourself bad food, nothing good is going to come out of it. Bad nutrition is not going to get you healthy. Do you want to have bad nutrition and medication that there is recall on it after you've taken it for 5 years? Yeah. I've seen that many times.
And
but
go ahead. You talked to I think a really important point when it comes to weight loss.
Yeah.
Because you know, the majority of women, when they think about weight loss, they immediately think about the perfect body, you know, to, you know, fit in any, you know, clothes that you want to wear, you know, to feel good, to, especially I'm from Brazil, so to put a bikini. But we forget about the health side of it.
Right.
And then you mentioned about something that, okay, some people think about diabetes and, you know, and other heart diseases and all the stuff related to obesity. But I think nobody really mentions about like the disc that you mentioned and all the things that can happen with your back. Absolutely. You know, all the pains, and nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
So it is a mix of things. Of course, we want to feel good and have, you know, a good body, or what kind of body you want, because it doesn't matter. But we want to feel good. We want to, you know, dress, you know, clothes and put the bikinis and everything. But we need to really think about our health.
Right.
In all aspects of our health.
Absolutely.
And the pains is something that it's really important. But one thing that and I love also what you mentioned about losing weight, but keeping it, maintaining your ideal weight, which
right.
is something that is really hard. But it seems harder for women, especially I'm 40, almost 44. So after 40, it seems like even harder. And I can imagine it's even harder post-menopause.
Yes, so absolutely.
Tell me a little bit more about this type of women. I'm not going to put not only post-menopause, but just thinking about myself here, but after 40s, why is so hard? And why this book, your book, is helping women like, you know, over 40s or over 35 years old.
Okay, so let me finish what I had open on the last question. So basically, as you said, we have to pay attention to everything in our body. Your body is an amazing machine, and this amazing machine needs helping hand. The helping hand for the owner of that body is to understand the basics. Mm-hmm. And if you don't understand the basics, it's a catch-22. No matter what you do, you're going to be short in something, okay? Mm-hmm. So basically, the reason I actually wrote this book was because I am answering a lot of unanswered questions that ladies have. Now, this book is, as you read it, it says, attaining your ideal while achieving lasting success, even post-menopause. So although although I specialize because I have been postmenopause for a long time, although I specialize in that, this book has vast knowledge for just anybody. It's good for guys, it's good for young teenagers and everybody else, okay? Because we hear you need this supplement, you don't need this, you don't need that. So basically it covers everybody. We're gonna touch up on postmenopause. When you're younger, when I was younger, you know how you graduate from college and all of a sudden you get lucky and you land that job that you were dreaming of and you go, oh my God, how lucky I was. How did I get this? Or you go play poker and the first hand you win and you go, wow, I don't know as much as the other people on the table, right? Sometimes that's called beginner's luck, because if you don't have the knowledge, you shouldn't have won, right? But beginner's luck comes with our age. As we are younger, as we are in our teens, whoever created us, again, I'm not a religious person, but whatever happened and whoever put us together gives us that beginner's luck. So you can live with chips and salsa, you know, for a week and nothing might happen. You might get a headache here and there because those are warning signs from your body saying, hey, you're eating junk, you know, I need good food, I need food. But then as we age, especially postmenopause, now that beginner's luck is running out. Now you have to have the knowledge. Now there is no excuse. You can't. You know, a kid, when he's a kid, can come to the mom or dad, say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. But that kid gets to be 30, 40, 45, it's not a kid anymore. And the I'm sorry, what do you take it as? You go, what's the matter with your brain, right? You don't say that to a young kid. You don't say it to, you know, to the young teenager. You say, well, you know, they're young, they'll get it. Yeah. Your body acts the same. If you look at it that way, your body acts the same. So what is happening is the only difference between, that's what I found out. I just want you to know in the book, on the last pages, I don't know, I think page 92 or something, my picture, I have a yellow dress that I took a picture in February, I think, or January of, there you go, in January of 2015. And I used the same dress in February of 2020. So the same dress fits, same dress. I didn't have to, you know, break into it. I didn't have to do anything to it. And I did it on purpose because I want to put, you know, when I say something, it has to work on me first. So the only difference postmenopause has from premenopause is, although your estrogen level decreases and it does affect your metabolism, however, you got to be disciplined. Now you can just take anything and eat everything. Now, one thing that I totally disagree with, and I never want my patients to do, or even I can't do it, I cannot fathom that somebody comes and tells me, let's say my spouse or my friend, don't eat this, this is bad for you. I'm old enough and I should understand what's bad for me. It's embarrassing for somebody older, for someone else to tell them this is bad for you. That's my opinion. So you got to be more responsible. Postmenopause, all you should do is be more responsible. What worked for me, I switched to plant-based. And I watched a lot of documentaries. I'm not gonna give you a speech on how bad animal products is and stuff like that. No, I understand that our taste buds are used to animal products. And unless you understand what to replace it with, how to replace it, you're not gonna do it. So what are you gonna do if you decide not to go animal-based? You're not gonna eat enough and you're gonna get sick. A lot of young teenagers, because they feel for the animals, you know, they see all these movies that they abuse the animals, all that stuff, they go vegan, but they don't understand what veganism means. So all they eat is just vegetables and greens, and that is not enough. Although there's a lot of nutrients in greens and fruits, but it's not enough. Protein has to be part of your diet. You got to have protein in your diet. And there's a lot of, and in the book, I do list a list of proteins that can replace your animal products. Now, 40 years ago, even 30 years ago, animal products were okay. We didn't have so much injections and all that added stuff, you know, that it's not part of my discussion today. I'm sure people are smart enough to know what it is. So even if you want to do animal products, you should look at hormone-free, humane, pastured, you know, grass-fed. You got to check all that out. So what I turned out to be, I'm an ovo vegan. For people that don't know what ovo is the only animal product I have is eggs. And I just love it. I still haven't lost that taste for the, you know, the eggs. And eggs, among all the other animal products, has all the 9 essential amino acids that your body doesn't produce. So I get my thing from there. But if I wasn't eating the eggs, I should have taken B12, because B12 is in animal products, and, you know, some sort of multivitamin. So there are stuff that you have to watch for. Not that people that eat animal products shouldn't take multivitamin, because unfortunately, you know, we lack stuff in our system, and we are not all good with our food intake. So I became, ever since, this is me, and I've treated some people, and they have turned out to be as good. But that doesn't work on just everybody, right? It's not a formula for everybody. Ever since I became ovo vegan, I have no problem eating whatever. However, my whatever is different than people's whatever. So because my food is nutritious, because I know what to eat, my body does not ask for a lot of food. When I eat, I'm done for a lot of hours. Do I eat snacks, you know, here and there, like raisin oatmeal cookie every once in a while? Absolutely. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Do you have to be perfect to get your ideal weight? No. But it's the continuous cheating. It's the continuous eating a bag of chips that has 6 or 7 servings that you sit down and finish it in one sitting. That's what causes the problem. And if the cells of the body that are alive and they're working 24/7, if you don't feed them the food they need to operate that beautiful machinery that you're sitting in, they're going to be hungry. So you're doing 2 bad things. You're feeding them junk food that they don't recognize. So they're going to package it and put it as fat. They're going to store it as fat, and they're still hungry. So your body wants more. So a bag of chips might end up being 2 bags of chips. And then ice cream. And then other stuff. There's no end to this. So I'm going to go back. You got to have the basic knowledge of how to feed these beautiful cells that are making you work, think, see. The heartbeat, you know, goes on. You can walk, you can, you know, you can hear. These are your cells working 24/7. Our cells cannot take a break. Do you understand that? That's the magnitude of how beautiful this machine is. Your computer can shut it down. Your body cannot be shut down. So why not feed it good food? Because how do you thank somebody? You take care of them. How do you take care of your body? You feed it. You feed it good food. You drink water. There's so much plant stuff out there. You know, again, I'm not saying please become, you know, vegan. I'm telling you, even if you have animal products, first of all, dairy is the culprit because of the fact that they do so much manipulation with dairy products. If you go to a third world country, because they don't have all these pesticides, you know, it's expensive. These pesticides and herbicides and all of these are expensive. So a third world country, maybe the country is bad, but the food is good because they're all organic. They have no other choice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So honestly, animal products taste different someplace else. Back home, it tastes totally different than here.
So
You're intaking a lot of hormones when
yeah.
you're having animal product. If you don't comply with what I said, organic, pastured, grass-fed, blah blah blah, and there's always a window there. What if they, push this in? FDA is very lenient, so
Yeah.
some labels can be a little bit, messed up with.
So you gave a lot of great tips when it comes to nutrition. And of course, more information. You guys have to buy the book and read the book.
Absolutely. I could
Right?
sit here and talk to you 24 hours, but you
Yeah.
want to get the book.
But and before asking this next question, there's one expression, one quote in Brazil that I think it really summarizes what you're talking about. How you feed your body is that when you the bills, they always come after you knocking on your door. So later on, the bills are gonna come and say, "Hey, you have to pay the price right now."
Absolutely.
So, but you talk a lot about nutrition. You gave great tips. You mentioned a little bit of water too. But I want you to talk a little bit. I know, because I don't want to for you to all give all the information from the book, but I want you to talk a little bit about lifestyle, how important it is, the lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, of course, eating healthy is part of a healthy lifestyle, but
yes,
more than eating, what else we can do to get to our ideal weight and keep it?
Okay. One of the main, I'm gonna tap on what you just said. You said the bills are coming. So if you keep abusing your body with bad food, you and me are gonna pay for it. We are. When are we gonna pay for it? When we need it. We need the body to perform at its utmost and the best it can, and that's when we get older. As we get older, that's when you pay back or get rewarded. So good nutrition, when you get older, you see 90 above year olds, walking like there's no tomorrow, right? And then you see 80 years old with walkers. I can totally tell you when they were young, they were doing, whatever they wanted to. They drank and they did this and they that. For most part, there is always, when I say something, is not an absolute. I'm one of those doctors that don't like to use absolute on anything, because there is always that chance of the genes, hereditary, where you live, what you got fed, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But for most part, you will pay back either or. So you might as well start when you're younger. So when you get older, you can enjoy your years with with your kids and grandkids and whatsoever. So the question you just asked me is lifestyle. So when you start feeding, like if you ask me, when I eat and I'm full, I don't start eating junk in between. I push the times between the meals. Now, I don't know if you've experienced this ever or not. It is amazing, Rita, to be hungry, not to starve. But when you open that or break that fast, I don't believe in breakfast. So I call it breaking the fast. My first meal of the day is between 11 and 12. And the reason I give you that hour, because I work full time. So sometimes I'm with patients, I don't have a chance to come out. I do intermittent fasting every single day. There's a reason religions put it up, in some countries you got a month of fasting, in some other religions you have 10 days of fasting, blah, blah, blah. There's a good reason behind it. You want to give your body a chance to digest what you put in there. Why do we keep pushing stuff in? What is this? This is, to me, with the knowledge that I have, is like committing suicide. Allow that body to just digest that food, please. Give it some time. Now, is it hard to fast? Yes, it is. That's when lifestyle comes in. So what you want to do for the fasting, you want to start slowly. There's a doctor that got my book at, my work. She's a chiropractor as well. And she came in and said, so how many hours do you fast, doctor? I told her. I don't want to give it away because you're going to go, oh my God, yeah, it's in the book. So I told her, I do that, but it took some practice. So do practice. Don't be hard on yourself. First of all, forgive yourself. Move on. Whatever you did in the past or whatever you're doing, you shouldn't hold on to, oh my God, I should have, I would have. You know what I'm saying? That's behind you. Start fresh and don't feel guilty. Let's say you do the right thing and all of a sudden, God forbid you have a fight with your husband, right? You don't have to be perfect. Do whatever you want. But then come out of it and move forward. You see what I'm saying? Eat a quart of ice cream. I never did, but let's say, I'm just saying. You see what I'm saying? I mean, leave some room for mistakes. None of us are perfect. A lot of people think health coaches don't get sick. They don't do this. How come, they make fun of health coaches that die of cancer? Well, we've done our deed when we were younger too. And the reason we are here, actually, this is what I believe. A lot of comedians, a lot of them, not all of them, they've had bad life somehow, and they turned it into comedy. This is my belief. If I'm wrong, I'm talking about the percentage that, I think that's the way they are. And they turned everything into comedy, right? So a lot of us coaches, we've done a bad job, with taking care of ourselves. And all of a sudden you go, holy moly, somebody in our family member got sick, and you go, oops, now it's time to take care of myself. So I see you drinking your water. This is how I start my day. This is about 16 ounces of water. I drink 2 of them, one right after the other. Can you do that? No. So you got to start easy. You got to start with 4 ounces, go to 6 ounces. There are people, Rita, that don't even drink 4 ounces a day. And that's sad. That is so sad. Do you know how much pressure is on your bloodstream if you don't drink water? So yes, lifestyle matters, and you got to take baby steps. You have to take baby steps. There is no perfectionism. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, even as I'm sitting here and as an author, but my mistakes are different than a regular Joe. So basically, all of these things that I'm telling you, they're all in the book. They're all in the book. And this book gives you the basic knowledge of how to approach a different lifestyle. Now, when I talk about plant-based and it's worked on me, I'm giving you options. I'm telling you, if you don't want to have plant-based, food, or if you do, these are your options. I talk about all the tofu and seitan and tempeh and, what to do with that. How does this taste like? As you've seen the book, we have recipes, we have grocery lists. So it's all laid in here. It's so easy to follow. And it's only like 94 pages. It's not a thick book. It's here. But there's so much information that, believe me, it's going to just wake you up. All of a sudden, it's going to wake you up. My lifestyle, as you want to know about me, I don't miss anything. I don't miss dairy ice cream, because especially if you live in Los Angeles, where do you live? You're in
Indianapolis, yeah.
Indianapolis. We got, I don't know about you, but go check it out. We have cashew ice cream. We have coconut milk ice cream. We have almond milk ice cream. I mean, come on. The other day I bought vanilla bean almond milk ice cream. It is to die for. And ever since I stopped eating ice cream, I don't want ice cream. But then to challenge myself, I buy the ice cream, so I say I have ice cream. You see what I'm saying? So plant, your body recognizes. Plant is nature. Nature always wins. Animal products, your body has to work very hard, just so you know that. your digestive system works so hard to digest that steak that you've had. So forget about the animal rights and all that stuff. I'm more realistic. It takes a lot of time. It takes, as far as I remember, hopefully I'm right, it takes 24 hours for fish to be digested. It takes 48 hours for chicken to be digested, depending on how much you've had. Some people have it for lunch and dinner. And it takes 72 hours to digest the beef or the meat.
Yeah.
There are people that go and buy a triple hamburger. And not only they have it for lunch, they have it for dinner. That body is going to get sick because you're using your digestive system to its utmost. You know what I make it? I always like to use examples. It's like you hire someone. What is the minimum wage? What is it? 12, 15? What is it? $12? I don't know. I don't even know. Okay. All right. Okay. Whatever the minimum wage is, you hire them and you give them 10 jobs. You're abusing them, whether you like it or not. We are abusing our digestive system. The reason, with an understanding that I became an ovo vegan, and I want you to know I didn't pressure my kids. They are becoming vegan gradually without me. My son comes home and goes, Mom, can you make me some of that vegan stuff that you have? And listen to this. His now girlfriend is a vegan. So my job is done. I don't have to worry about him. So I'm not the type to press anybody. This is my understanding now. People's understanding comes at different times. So I go out with my friends and everybody orders whatever they like, and I order my own food. And I love what I eat. I'm sure they love what they eat. But again, if you understand that plant is nature and your body will love you for that, the rest is history. And that is a lifestyle. That is my lifestyle.
Yeah. And I really like what you mentioned about, forgiving yourself to things that you've done in the past, because you really can you get stuck.
Yeah.
Stuck with, with attitudes you had in the past, and then you don't move forward. And we are here to move forward, right? Not
exactly
to get stuck.
The reason Rita, I said Ida. I have a good friend's name. Her name is Ida. Rita, the reason I named the book Ideal Weights is I didn't want this to be another weight loss book.
Mm-hmm.
Your ideal weight might be different than mine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Although in the book we have the BMI and the BMR calculations, and we're gonna, it's provided in here, and everybody can calculate that. But what if you're 5 pounds over? You know what I'm saying? If you're happy with it, but you cannot be happy with 50 pounds over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, nobody tell me that I'm happy with my,
Yeah.
Those are the people that have given up on themselves.
Yeah.
I've heard a few people saying, no, I'm happy with being 100 pounds over. It's impossible. You can't move. It's impossible. Not that anybody has the right to look down on you because you're overweight, but you are not happy because your body is not happy.
Yeah.
But it's great that you're positive. So use that positivity towards losing the weight.
Yeah.
And be more happier.
Yeah. And just to wrap up our interview.
I can't talk anymore.
I want you to answer me this question. If you had to choose the 3 most important habits to help lose weight, what would they be and why?
Okay. I actually wrote them because I didn't want to forget. It would be any kind of movement. It would be no dairy. Again, because there's a lot of manipulation. I don't want to get into that.
Okay.
With the production of dairy. That includes cheese. Cheese is dairy. Because some people ask me and I wonder why they don't know that. And exactly. And intermittent fasting. But please do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And above all, lifestyle matters. These fad diets that I've been involved with my patients, I'm guilty of it, using it myself, and I'm guilty of it using it with patients, but that was the best I knew then. It's like blaming a mother for being a bad mother. Well, they did the best when they could, and they thought that was the best. So what I did with the patients, I thought it was the best, and we got results, but then we couldn't maintain the results, and that was the problem. So it was a money machine. It was good while it lasted, but I didn't want to deal with it anymore, right?
Yeah.
So all of these informations and how to change your lifestyle, it's in here. It's in here. And believe me, it's only $19.95. The reason I say the price is I priced it. You know what's involved in creating this book.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. So many hours. All these certificates that I got cost me so much money, which I did with pleasure, because if anybody, at least this is working on me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the best thing I could have done for myself. But this is priced $19.95, so anybody can, and you can read it. It's easy read. I didn't want another doctor to read it, even though doctors have it and they're reading it and they're recommending it to their patients. But I wanted a regular person to be able, a layman, to understand what it is that they're reading. So it's an amazing investment for your body. It's an amazing, tool to use. And if I'm able to, this is what I usually look at. I'm not going to go to a cardiologist that is 200 pounds over, right?
Yeah.
I can come to a weight loss coach that is 50 pounds over, right? I would. Maybe I'm kind of being prejudiced. I don't know. But you see that picture of mine. This is the shirt, actually. This is the shirt that I took a picture in February, and it's in my, you've seen this shirt, right? I still fit in it. So if I'm able to maintain my ideal weight from 2015 up to now, this book is the answer.
Good.
So, and they can get it from the site, idealweight.com or Amazon.
Amazon. I have all the links to buy the book on the description of this video. I also have the link to buy this book on Amazon, also in the description of this video. But besides the book, where people can find you, and I know you're coming up with some programs.
Yes.
I know all about that. So how people can find about you and find about your programs, or I don't know, talk to you, or how can you do that?
Thank you. The site will have the information. We are coming up with a couple of challenges, as you mentioned. One is a water challenge, drinking water. We all do it together, and you'll be instructed, easy to follow, and you're in charge of that. And we're coming up with a 21-day challenge, and that's a lifestyle change, especially for postmenopause. Again, I have experience with everybody, any age, but I want to focus on postmenopause since I was successful myself. So I would really highly recommend postmenopausal women to join us for the 21-day challenge. And it's on my site.
And your site is idealweights.com, right?
Absolutely, yes.
All right. So,
ask him to join. I want him to subscribe, get the free copy of the 10. Yeah.
Yes. So if you go to Dr. Mahnaz's website, idealweights.com, there's a free guide with 10 tips to start your weight loss journey. And also with this freebie, also have a calculator where you can calculate your BMI and BMR. And so just go to her website. You're gonna find the link to the book. If you also want to buy through Amazon, you can buy. You have the link below in the description. And also her website has tons of information. She has a great blog too with a lot of good information. She has a YouTube channel too. All these I'm linking on my description. In her YouTube channel, she shares some recipes, like some juice recipes and other great tips. But I highly recommend you to write the book. And
It's
like you
great.
said, yeah, it's so easy to read. You know, you can read, I don't know how much you can read in a day, but you can read like, okay, in a week, less than a week, you can read the book. But the most important thing is not only to read the book, but applying it, applying what she put it here together, because it's easy to apply. So I highly recommend this book. It's really awesome, easy to carry anywhere.
Yeah. And it looks pretty, doesn't it? The design, the colors, it's
So pretty, so
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, it is a really easy book, but it's so impressed how easy it is, and with a tons of information. Tons of information. It's like information about everything you can imagine, just to um have an idea here. I'm not gonna say everything, but it's like she talks about like snack systems, fasting framework, sleep strategies, immunity improvement. So in this time, you know, pandemic, crazy time, so it's so important to have your immune system, you know, working well and not against you. So this is such a great, it's much more than just weight loss. It's a book about healthy lifestyle. So, and this is something that, you know, my website works, and we talk about healthy lifestyle. That's the idea of my website. So I highly recommend stuff that makes sense for me and is part of what I believe and part of what I promote to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it. So thank you so much, Dr. Mahnaz, and I hope can have another interview about another subject too, because you know a lot. So we'll be
Thank you. Thank you.
maybe next time we can go and talk a little bit more about about water, drinking
Yeah,
water.
absolutely.
And again, her challenge, this water challenge is coming soon, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rita. Thank you for inviting me. I know you've changed a lot of time on me and me on you and all that stuff, but thank you for putting up with me. I appreciate
Yes,
you.
yeah, totally. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice evening.